You are Sir Graham, the bravest and most honorable knight in the troubled realm of Daventry. King Edward the Benevolent, aged ruler of Daventry, has summoned you to the castle for reasons unknown.
Greetings, Sir Graham. The King is expecting you. Allow me to escort you to His Majesty's throne room.
Thank you, Sir Knight.
Raise the portcullis.
I am at your service, my king.
I am an old man, Sir Graham. Perhaps too old to carry the weight of this crown. My bones ache, my hands tremble. I am afraid my time on earth grows short. But enough about me. Great misfortunes have befallen Daventry since the loss years ago of 3 magical treasures. I have chosen you, the finest knight in all of Daventry, to search for these lost treasures. Only then can this kingdom be restored to its former glory. And only then may I rest with the knowledge that my people are safe. The first treasure is a magic mirror that foretells the future. The second is a magical shield that protects the bearer from all mortal harm. The third and last is an enchanted chest that is forever filled with gold. I know that what I ask is difficult, nay, perhaps impossible. The dangers are many, but you are brave and pure of heart. That is why I chose you to volunteer. If you succeed, you will inherit my crown and rule the realm of Daventry as her rightful king. Go, Sir Graham, and know that the fate of Daventry lies in your hands.
Take heart, my king. I shall not fail you.
You have selected to play with Dead Ends enabled. The game will play exactly the same way as the EGA version of King's Quest I, Quest for the Crown. You see a large gray rock. With a small shove, you manage to push the rock a few feet, revealing a shallow hole underneath. There is an intricately carved dagger in the hole. You reach into the hole and grasp the dagger, being careful not to cut yourself. This is a serene mountain lake with a small beach of pebbles on its edge. You grab some pebbles. This weathered old bucket has served the kingdom for years and years. It still holds water as well as it did on the day it was made. This is not a good place. You cut the rope using the dagger and take the old bucket. The rope disappears. You peer into the darkness. After seeing how far it is to the bottom, you think twice before jumping in. You check to make sure that the feather is still securely stuck in your cap. There's not. You can't. With difficulty, you manage to fill the bucket while swimming. The bucket is already filled with water. The mirror shimmers with its own magical light. Green and scaly, the dragon is massive and muscular. Serrated armor stretches from its tail to its neck. His leathery wings are folded against his sides, and his webbed claws look sharp and deadly. The ferocious, fire-breathing dragon is protecting the magic mirror. Good shot! The water hits the dragon square in the face, dousing his fire. Unable to defend itself with anything more than harmless clouds of steam, the dragon rolls aside the granite boulder and slinks off in shame, leaving the mirror behind. You take the magic mirror. Congratulations! You shouldn't drop that, Sir Graham. Perhaps you'll need it to complete your... You shouldn't drop... This is the most marvelous house you've ever seen. It seems like it's made of a huge gingerbread cupcake with frosting for a roof. The chimney is made of gummy bricks. The door is made of chocolate. The fence is made of candy canes. And sour ball stones and gumdrops are scattered around the yard. There is no answer from inside the house. The cabinet on the wall is rather plain and simple. Sitting on the shelf is a delicious piece of Swiss cheese. You take the cheese from the cabinet. You see a note on the table by the bed. You grab the note from the table. There is a message written on the note. Sometimes it is wise to think backwards. The note says, It's just a plain wooden bedside table.
I can smell someone tasty in my house. I'm going to get my cauldron ready to cook someone for dinner. Yum. After I get the cauldron nice and hot, I'll be ready to have someone for dinner.
With a mighty shove, you courageously push the wicked witch into the pot. Her wild screams are suddenly cut off as she melts away into the oily green slime. Congratulations! In contrast to its delightful exterior, the inside of the gingerbread house looks dark and ominous. As the green liquid is terribly goopy, the fire must have been burning underneath it for quite some time. There appears to be some sort of bowl sitting next to the tree. You pick up the bowl. There is a small dwarf right nearby. Be careful, this sly little chap is trouble. This is the biggest oak tree you've ever seen. Its trunk seems to be about 10 feet around, and the thick, sturdy branches look like they could hold many times your weight. Finding plenty of footholds in the coarse bark of the tree, you easily clamber up the trunk to the branches above. You're too far away from the nest to see it clearly. Up here in the tree, the main trunk is bent enough to allow you to walk carefully along its length. The leaves and branches hide the ground from view. You carefully lift the golden egg out of the nest. This is a well-tended carrot patch. The carrots look tempting to a hungry traveler. You pluck a plump orange carrot from the ground. Wandering along the banks of the beautiful lake, you see a cute little elf. That's strange. 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 The elf is impressed by your friendliness and responds by handing you an elegant little ring.
I've had me eye on ye, Sir Graham. Methinks you might enjoy this little trinket. For just a wee bit of time it has the power to make ye invisible. May it give ye as much entertainment as ye has given me this day.
With that, the elf vanishes. Nothing happens. The ring... Nothing... You place the shimmering ring upon your finger. As you rub it, you turn invisible. The magic mirror's surface is smooth to the touch. You shouldn't drop that, Sir Graham. You shouldn't. You remove the ring of invisibility from your finger. When you tempt the old goat with the carrot, he starts to follow you. An unusual clover glistens in the middle of the patch. You pick a large four-leaf clover from the patch. As you start to cross the bridge, a huge, hulking troll stomps into view and blocks your way. It is a well-known fact that goats hate trolls intensely. You move aside and let the goat take care of this wretched, nasty troll. The goat lowers his head and runs straight for the troll, butting him right off the bridge and into the river below. That's the last you'll see of that troll. You see a wizened old gnome sitting in front of his house, whittling. This is a pile of gold.
Welcome, Sir Graham. I've been expecting you. I have something that will be of great use to you. But first, Sir Graham, you must answer this riddle. I'll give you 3 guesses. What is my name?
This little island is quiet and peaceful. This is the gnome's spinning wheel. That's straight. That's straight.
You still haven't guessed my name. Ready to take another shot at it? That's right! Outstanding! I didn't think you were that clever. As a reward for your sharp intellect, here are some beans. They're no ordinary beans, but it's up to you to find out why. Somebody as smart as yourself should have no problem at all. Well, step over here so I can give them to you. Here you are. Good luck on your quest.
You are holding a handful of small beans. You plant the magical beans in the fertile soil. Suddenly, something incredible begins to happen.
Gentle Sir Graham, I am your fairy godmother. Your quest is indeed noble. What little aid I can offer you is this protective magic spell, effective for but a short while. I shall be watching over you, Sir Graham.
You see a slingshot in the hole. You reach into the hole and pull out the leather slingshot. There is a chest near the dead giant. It's easy to take the magic chest from a dead giant. Suddenly, a small dwarf runs out of the shadows and approaches you. You place the shimmering ring upon your finger. As you rub it, you turn invisible. Since you are invisible, the dwarf doesn't notice you and continues on his way. As you Whoops! This is a heavy oaken door set into the side of the cave. As you reach out to open the door, you remove the ring of invisibility from your finger. Next to you is an old fallen tree trunk. It's crumbling and rotted and holds no interest for you, unless you have a fascination with termites. From here you can see that the stump is very old and rotting away. A dark hole at the top catches your attention. The old stump is damp to the touch. A dark hole at the top catches your attention. You peer into the darkness inside the log, but there's nothing at all inside. There's not... You should look into dark holes before putting your hand down them, sir. Inside the rotting stump, you notice a small leather pouch. As you lift the pouch from the stump, you feel its contents shifting inside. When you peek inside the leather pouch, you discover it's filled with diamonds. There's a large walnut tree surrounded by several pine trees. There. You choose a big, meaty-looking walnut from the bunch scattered around. When you open the walnut, you discover the nut inside is pure gold. There is a small dwarf right nearby. The woodcutter speaks to you, his voice broken with sorrow.
We would welcome you to our home, Sir Knight, but we've had no food for so long. My beautiful wife cannot even rise from her. I fear she may die soon.
Inscribed on the inside of this empty ceramic bowl is the word, fill. To your astonishment, something begins to bubble up from the bottom of the bowl. Within moments, the bowl is filled with a hot, savory stew. Nothing. The woodcutter is overwhelmed with joy.
Thank you, Sir Knight. We shall never forget your kindness and generosity. Please, take my fiddle as a small token of our thanks.
These With a mighty leap, you grab hold of the condor's talons. A large bulbous mushroom grows in the meadow. You pick the mushroom. This is a big, hungry-looking rat with slavering jaws and long, sharp claws.
Come a little closer. I can't reach it. Come a little closer.
The rat grins crookedly, his long, pointed fangs glistening in the torchlight.
That's right, mister. Just walk a little closer. Cheese, eh? Well, yeah, now that you mention it, I guess I am kinda hungry.
The rat drools at the sight of the cheese and snatches it from your hand. You might want to count your fingers. Oh no! There are two leprechaun guards here, and they don't look pleased to see you at all. What are you going to do now? Nothing. The fine old fiddle has been nothing. Wonderful job! Leprechauns find fiddle music irresistible. The moment they hear the music, they begin dancing a frenzied jig. Finally, swept away by the snappy music, the leprechaun guards zap right out of the room. Overhearing the fiddle music you played in the hallway, the leprechauns have begun to dance. As they do, they pop away in a fit of merrymaking. The shield is made of titanium and is rimmed with jewels. This luxurious carpet is the product of the leprechaun's magical weaving talents. You take the magic shield. Congratulations! Please don't move the... Please... 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 You don't... Please... You don't have time to sit on... You don't... Please... You take the Leprechaun King's jeweled scepter. The small hole leads to the outside world. Careful, you do not wish to damage the delicate mushroom. You shouldn't drop that, Sir Graham. Perhaps you'll need it to complete... You eat the mushroom. Congratulations! You now have all 3 of Daventry's lost treasures. Now, don't waste any time. Bring the treasures straight back to King Edward before it's too late. That's odd. Why aren't the guards at their posts? More curious still, the courtyard is deserted. This area is usually filled with the ladies and lords of the castle. This is highly unusual. You begin to feel deeply disturbed, as if all is not right within the castle. You can faintly hear a commotion in the king's chamber to the west.
There is nothing to be done. Oh, our king's melancholy is too much for us heart to bear. If only Sir Graham had returned with the 3 lost treasures of Daventry.
It's Sir Graham.
He's returned.
Did he find the treasures? Shh. Listen.
Your Highness, I am at your service.
Did you succeed in your quest?
I did, Your Majesty. Here, as you commanded, the magic mirror, the magic shield, and the magic chest.
I'm afraid it is a little too late for me, but you have done superbly, my knight. As I promised, the crown is yours. I know you will serve this kingdom well.
The king is dead. Long live the king!
Long live the king!
And thus ended Sir Graham's quest for the lost treasures of Daventry. Despite the loss of their beloved King Edward, the people of Daventry grew happy and prosperous for years to come. And whenever King Graham looked into his magic mirror, he saw visions of adventures yet to come for him, for his children, and for Daventry, the land he loved so much.